For the first time in this save, we could get into the FA Trophy first round. That's a really exciting prospect. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 5 of season 2 of the FM18 Road to League 2 with Hednesford Town in the Vanarama National League North. So as you can see, since we've last been here on the episodes, if you like, we've done pretty well. We're securely in the playoff place, which is crazy to say. And as I keep saying, if you'd have offered me this before the start of the season, I'd have definitely took it. And there you go, the board saying that they're absolutely delighted, and the fantastic overall performance has been a particular delight. I've only played a few games since you guys last been with me, and it's only 2 games actually, because obviously we played against Altrincham and Spennymoor last time out. And there have been 2 wins, 2 positive wins, with Skeppahorn, Fitzpatrick and Macaulay Davis getting the goals, with Macaulay Davis getting 3 against Chalfont, and also a 908 attendance at Keys Park, which is one of the highest attendances at Keys Park throughout the season. The highest one was obviously against Chester and FC United and Manchester. But to review, we've had a lot of good attendances at home so far. It's really nice to see that sort of thing. But today we're playing against Chalfont St Peter in the FA Trophy second qualifying round. They're from quite a few divisions down, basically. And then we've got Wrexham in the league, who are our playoff rivals. So we're going to go into our tactics. Nothing's really happening since you guys last left me. So we're going to play Wallacott in goal, Bellinga, Bailey, Wheatley and Law at the back. And then Adams, Fitzpatrick and Fawley all there. That's all fine. And then we're going to give a few kids a chance. Giscombe's going to get his full debut as a centre attacking midfielder. If you haven't familiarised yourself with Giscombe so far, we signed him last year as a youth prospect. And he's already 1.5 stars, a useful rating, and can be an absolute star. He played a few games in the league last year for us, but hasn't quite got into the team this year. We're also playing Cassim Hughes, who's also signed a new contract. He's a striker and he's got some decent stats. And apparently he's been doing really well for the under-18s in the friendlies they've been playing. He's got the highest average rating by a mile. And I thought, you know what, let's just try and play him. Let's see how he does. And if not, we can introduce Nat Jarvis back into the team again. Because Nat Jarvis at the moment hasn't played for a few games at the moment. So if you are enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. And if you haven't checked out my video from a few days ago talking about streaming, Patreon, all that sort of thing, make sure to go and watch that, because that's really important, you know, just having a look at me live streaming in the future, and perhaps even next week as early as that. So you don't want to miss that and miss your opportunity to delegate to me what I could do in those live streams, or having a chance in the vote in that straw poll down in the comments in that video, and also about Patreon and all that sort of stuff, and a bit of money stuff. But anyway, we're going to highlight quite early on here. Huggins puts it back to Cloquet. Fitzpatrick gets it though to Skeppahorn, to Hughes, to Skeppahorn again. Nice to see them getting a few passes on. Adams to Fitzpatrick to Fawley. What a lovely shot from our captain, Tom Fawley. And I believe, have you guys just seen that? He's number 1. He should go woo woo woo. Anyway, ignore me. But absolutely unstoppable apparently there from Tom Fawley, which is nice to hear. And here's the goal. Skeppahorn passes it to Adams, to Fitzpatrick, to Fawley. And that is a lovely shot on the floor, past the Chalfont goalkeeper. And I believe, that, as I said earlier, that's his first, or maybe even second goal of the season. And I thought this opportunity against a lower team would be good to bring some of the youth out, give him a bit of an opportunity to impress, because Giscombe's one of those that could definitely feature in the future. There's no questions about that. And seeing at this level that you're not really going to be able to get those sort of players out on loan, then really you've got to give them first team opportunities, particularly at the fact that we're not actually playing any league football with the under-18s at the moment. So first team opportunities slash friendlies are going to get the only football they can get. But they've just nearly scored a goal, courtesy is Easto Smith up front. Somebody Easto Smith will learn who he is now. That is Glyn. Oh, he's only 16 as well. So they're giving their youth a chance. That's interesting. So Adams to Fitzpatrick. Oh, Fitzpatrick loses it, but Adams gets it again. A bit of a weak display there from them. They couldn't be really bothered to get that. But Fawley on the ball once again. Puts it into Skeppahorn. And that is 2-0 now. What a fantastic finish from Hugo Skeppahorn. But it won't count, unfortunately. I thought it wouldn't. I had a bit of a suspicion. But Hugo Skeppahorn was offside there. And our 2 youngsters, Giscombe and Hughes, haven't really contributed too much yet. But from the highlights, as you guys can see, they've done alright so far. But Skeppahorn's on the ball on the wing. And he puts it into Hughes. He has a header. And is that his first goal? It is! Hey, nice one, Hughes. Cassim Hughes, the 17-year-old, on his debut for Hednesford Town, has managed to get a goal courtesy of a Skeppahorn assist. And that is really nice to see a young player getting his first goal. And that'll be a boost of confidence for him. And really, I don't sound silly, but somebody that can be put into that argument up front, you know, on a consistent level. Because we have got Skeppahorn, Jarvis and Davis. But we've got a bit of a lack of strikers. And say one of those gets injured, then he's inevitably gone on the bench at least. It's a bit like Martin Beale, who's playing as our substitute goalkeeper. You know, if one of our players gets injured, he could well be called into action. But our 2 youth players contributing together and linking up Hughes and Giscombe. And Giscombe gets the assist and Hughes gets the goal. And how fantastic that. He's not got a brilliant rating. It's only 2.5 in terms of the silver star. So he's not even on 1 yellow star yet. But to get a few goals in this game is going to be a massive boost of confidence to him. A nice strike there from Cassim Hughes, assisted by Dayton Giscombe. And an important thing, folks, if you guys want to be known as one of these players, and you want to be renamed as one of these players, you can if you support the channel by giving a £5 Patreon. You'll also get a lot of other rewards as well, such as a Twitter shout-out. And I don't think it's quite at that level, but you'll be able to be a moderator on streams and all that sort of stuff, and you'll really help out the channel. So if that's something you're interested in, manage to hop over to the Patreon video that's elsewhere on the channel. But anyway, Adams, he puts it through to Hughes, but he can't quite get it. But looks like one of the youngsters, is it East Coast Smith, something like that, or Gaz, I can't even remember. But he's looking to get his first goal, obviously, of the game, but it doesn't look like it's Easto Smith. I knew it was that, but that's a poor pass. Fitzpatrick gets to Giscombe to Forley. It's through to Skephorn, our poacher. Skephorn on the edge of the box, and he gets his goal. Get in there, Skephorn. It's 4-0 just before half-time. Of course, a massive gulf in the two teams, and Skephorn, I've said it time again, and I'll say it again. He has been a fantastic signing. Season 1, a free transfer, and he's really, once the season got started, he's really started scoring goals. And that's number 10 for him this season. That's not bad at all. And if he could be our leading striker again this year, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Because we've got Jarvis and Davies as well this year to contribute a little bit more. And we've obviously got Luke Rogers as well, who's getting on a bit. And obviously he's only on a part-time contract. So I'm not too concerned about him, but we are making a bit of a loss at the moment, I'll be honest with you. We're making about a £5,000 loss each month, which I'm trying to work out how that's coming along, whether that's just because the player wages have gone up or staff wages. We need to really be getting the fans in to contribute to those gate receipts, because they're the main revenue for us. And as I say, at this level, it's really important to control finances, because at the end of the day, we want a bit of money to get, well, in the kitty first off, and a bit of secure money for the kitty. But also for a bit of transfer budget, you know, being able to buy players that aren't just free, but players that might just cost a little bit of money. But Fitzpatrick to Giscombe, and he nearly gets his first goal, and he's shot from about 25 yards out. And apparently that was brilliant stuff from Giscombe, and that's fantastic to see from our youngster. Fitzpatrick then into Skephorn, and that's 5-0 now. Brilliant goal from Skephorn, no one marking him there, and we've made it 5-0 within 60 minutes. And that should be pretty much game over. Fitzpatrick then, let's have a look. Fitzpatrick puts it in to Hugo Skephorn, and I would say, folks, that's pretty much game over. So the game has finished then, and I thought I might as well just skip it, because nothing really was going to happen after that 5-0. The only thing that did happen is that Nat Jarvis came on late in replacement with Skephorn and got a goal, and also Jojo Wallacott saved a penalty from Jack Mazzoni, and as you can see, our player of the match was Skephorn, but Giscombe got an 8.2 and Hughes, got a 9.4, so it was well worth playing those two in this game, and we're going to praise them too now. Because at the end of the day, they did do really well, considering they've obviously not played in the team too much. And I would say that I'm really pleased with how they both did today, and I think that's fair enough. And it's really nice to see their kind of confidence growing. I'm sure we can put other players into that team in the future. Obviously, they'll come out of the team now for that, but maybe they could be players that come in for the FA Trophy. That'd be quite nice to see. Especially Hughes, because I mean, he scored 2 goals. Okay, Giscombe got 1 assist, but I think, unfortunately, naturally, strikers are favoured over any other players. But we've got through to the first round of the FA Trophy, which is lovely stuff to see. And now, oh dear, one of our young whingers, is it whingers? Yeah, he might well be a whinger, I suppose. But yeah, he's out with a recurrence of an ankle ligament. I can't speak. A ligament injury. But anyway, there was only 90 at that game. It's a bit disappointing, but it was away from home anyway. Anyway, 7 days' time, we play against Wrexham at the Keys Park. Come on, the Pitmen. Just a few things to go through then, folks, before we start this match. In terms of the schedule, then, obviously, the FA Trophy first round has now been drawn. We play against Basford, a really good draw once again in the Evo Stick Northern Premier. Of course, the league that we played in last year. And that league looks a lot different to it did last year. That's about well, yeah, can't even get my words out. That looks frightening. That's massively different. I mean, there's, what, Curzon Ashton in that? I mean, they got relegated last year. Droylston weren't in it before. Basford certainly weren't. But let's have a quick look. So, Droylston at the top. 3 teams, in fact, that were in it last year are there. Warrington and Glossop. But also Matlock Town are down there as usual. Russell Olympic mid-table. How are Stafford Rangers getting on? I can't even remember where they are, but they're in one of these. Safe Shields are winning that league. That's always nice to see. And then we go, Stafford Rangers are 7th in that league, so obviously they got relegated. And Hale's Owen, wow, they could be going for a double relegation. That's a bit gutting for them. Anyone else that we recognise? I don't think so. Anybody else? Ossett Town we played last year, but obviously they weren't in the same league. But we are going on a bit of a tangent anyway now. So we're going to play against Wrexham in the league. It's going to be a big match, to be fair. Wrexham, I can imagine, will draw a fair big crowd because they've been as high as League 1 in recent years and League 2 up until the sort of 2010s. And is that Sam Ricketts that's managing them? Is that the Sam Ricketts? I think it is. He played as a player. Yeah, Sam Ricketts. It's the Sam Ricketts. The one, I think he was a right back when he was a player. Played for many clubs. He played for my local club, Wolves. Played for Swansea, Telford, Nuneaton. And then started at Oxford, went to Hull and Bolton. I'm sure you guys will know him if you live in England. He's a name that I fairly well know. And another thing before we start is that Luke Rogers has been given a free transfer. He went down to others in terms of his dynamics. And to be quite honest, he wasn't being used this year. Last year was a brilliant asset, but this year he simply hasn't been. So I'd rather put him out of his misery. And to be honest, he's not really going to be used now. So I'd rather a club who needs him sign him. Because I'm not mean like that. I don't want to keep players that are unnecessarily kept. But for today, we just made the 2 changes. Laurie and Jarvis come back to the team in place of Giscombe and the other two. And the other player. What's his name? Is it Kazim Hughes? It's a bad one. I don't even know my own players. See, if you guys sent a £5 Patreon, you know, 2 of you, then, you know, I wouldn't have to remember their players. I'd just remember YouTube names, you know, wink wink. But anyway, we're 7 minutes in here at Keys Park. I'll be surprised we win this match because I think Wrexham are a really big team. I think, to be honest, out of this league, I think Wrexham are the biggest team purely because they've been as high as League 2. I remember them in League 2. And maybe Darlington would be a big team, I'd say, as well. But apart from that, to be quite honest, most of these teams are sort of the teams you would expect down here. And to be honest, admittedly, there are a few I haven't heard. Obviously, I've heard of Telford, of all that sort of stuff. Blythe, Boston. But the likes of Kettering I've really heard of before. But hopefully we can defy the odds. And that's what we could have done then. And gone ahead against Wrexham and gone second in the table, which is quite a fantastic feat in itself to be up here in 5th. But we could have just gone second, which would be quite amazing. It looks like Leamington are losing to Nuneaton. Nuneaton, blooming hell. Imagine if everyone did that when they said Nuneaton. Well, welcome to... Oh, doesn't really matter, does it? I just go off. I like going off on a tangent, I think. And, yeah, we're not doing badly at all. If everyone continues to work hard, we can win this. I think that's a very important fact. So let's all push forward now. And hopefully with 45 minutes to go, we can get that crucial goal. To send us up to second, theoretically, in the league. We'll have better goal difference, so yeah, we will be in second as it stands. Of course, the other games, the Darlington game, I can't see the result for that. But we are nearly 60 minutes in here. Nothing's really happening, to be honest. We're going to have to make a little change. Bring Davis on for Jarvis, because he hasn't really done much as Jarvis in the last few games, I think it's fair to say. We'll bring him in there. And we'll also bring on Alfie Crooks in place of Foley, even though Foley did play well in the last game. He's not really done much today. Neither has anybody else, to be honest. And if we do hold a draw, it'd be alright, I suppose. But I would like to get a win against Wrexham. What a fantastic statement of intent that would be to beat someone like Wrexham. It looks like Tamworth are battering Altrincham, but remarkably, neither of those in the playoff place, which is quite amazing stuff. We have got a highlight 10 minutes before the end. I was just going to put it on attacking, but I'm going to postpone that just for a bit. Bellinga puts it up to Skephorn, but we do lose the ball to Pearson for them. Back to Jorgensen. He's clearly not British. He moves it. It's a bit of a mistake pass, to be honest. It put under a bit of pressure by Skephorn. Looks like they do fix that, but Pearson for them puts it up. But we've got a good back line. Bailey chucks it up for Gibbons, but then again, Gibbons is one of their players. It's no good for us. Rivers to Bellamy. I'm sure that's not Craig. To Mondale. He's been linked with the Wales job, hasn't he, Bellamy? Wow. Law. Oh, he gets it back to Rivers. This could well be a goal. Bellamy. And it's a goal. Liam Bellamy scores for Wrexham. And, yeah, we need to start pumping the ball into the box. Doing all that sort of stuff. And hopefully we can get a goal back. That'll be really nice. And we can keep our unbeaten record then at the end of the day. We're not expected to win this game. But a point or so in this game would definitely increase morale. Not that it's at his best already. I mean, the morale is fantastic at the moment. As you can see, Law made a bit of a stupid pass. A bit of an inexperienced pass. To Rivers and Bellamy scored. There wasn't really any stopping that. But Wallicott's played really well this season. Credit to him. And I'm not going to complain at that whatsoever. We will take him off because of that. I'm not too happy with that. But then again, what can you really do? Play him as an attack. Yeah, leave it like that now. I'm happy with that. We've got a few minutes left. We can just watch and wait. See if anything happens. I doubt it will. But you never know, I suppose. Something could happen in the last few minutes, but I doubt it will. So we're going to unfortunately lose our unbeaten record. But it wasn't through the lack of trying, I think. And we still are only 6 points from the top of the table. So it's all swings and roundabouts in this league. You know, teams struggle to find consistency there in these leagues. And we're doing decently at the moment. We're doing actually very well, considering we're a newly promoted team. And we are 3 points into the playoff place, so I'm really happy with that. Even though we have lost today, Wrexham are a really big team, and hopefully we've got some decent gate receipts for that game today, and that's all nice stuff. I don't know why it hasn't ended already, because it's... There we go. Kiss of death. But there we go. Wrexham have delivered today, and I think, you know, nobody expects us to win. We weren't disappointing whatsoever, even though they're as decent managers as we were. I disagree with that. I thought we were decent at all, and at all costs, in fact. But we've got 7 days to go till the next game, and 7 days till the next game, and 7 days to that game. And as you can see, there's a bit of a pattern in this league at the moment. We only play weekly. I don't get it, to be honest, because some weeks we play weekly, some weeks we play twice a week. It's a really weird system in this league. It jumps about, and there's no real pattern to it, which is a bit bizarre. But, Belinga's injured for 2 or 3 days. Nothing you guys have got to worry about. So in terms of the schedule, then, we will come back for that game against... Actually, I didn't realise that was so... Well, to be fair, we can. We'll come back for the game against Tamworth, our local rivals, and then we'll also come back because we can skip that Blythe Spartans game. We might actually just come back for the Blythe and Basford game. And I think it's crucial to show the Basford game, so that'll get shown in some capacity. Anyway, I've been TIJ, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 PM for another episode of the Road to League 2 with Hednesford. Thank you so much for watching if you've watched up to this point, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.